All right, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Banks. Tuesday, 8:35. What's cracking?
Hey, what's cracking?
How you feeling, AI?
Feeling good. I mean, we've made it to Tuesday, and it was quite a weekend of some exciting sports, and a little bit of it was different on the levee this last weekend. It had a different vibe. There's a newfound electricity in the city, so that was kind of that was a vibe all weekend with the Bengals hype. So it's been kind of a lot going on actually in the city, man. So pretty excited to see what happens.
Bengals are killing it, bro.
They are.
I just saw Dave Portnoy, the El Presidente of Barstool Sports, just put $67,000 down for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. And then he also put, so if that hits, he wins $1 million. And then he also put, I think it was 17,000 down for the Bengals to beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and that'll pay $500,000. So he's all in, bro.
Yeah,
he was talking about it. He was saying that Joe Burrow reminds him of Tom Brady. He said Tom Brady-esque was his exact words.
So I mean, but I know the Eagles are probably a decent pick on most people's fronts, but I'm here for the Bengals 49ers for round 3. I mean, let's think about it. The NFL loves they love stories. They love storytelling, and how would that not work out? It just would make so much sense for the Bengals. And then now with Joe Burrow's the new Joe Cool. So it's because Joe Montana was the Joe Cool back in the day. So it's a whole new pass of the torch. And Brock Purdy's Mr. Irrelevant. That would make for such a story, man. I mean,
yeah, but didn't you say that a year or two ago when it was that would be the story, the 49ers and the Bengals going to the Super Bowl, but it ended up being the Bengals and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, right?
Bengals and the Rams.
Bengals and the Rams. All right.
Yeah, but I mean that was my dream Super Bowl
for sure.
For sure. I mean for sure. But yeah, I think this Super Bowl is going to be a interesting one because though the Eagles are definitely one of the clear-cut top teams. It's kind of a toss-up this year. You never know who's winning these games. It's a lot of upsets this year, man. It's crazy. The Chiefs lose and they come back and they lose to the Broncos and they come back and beat the Dolphins. What's happening in the league?
Almost like it's staged.
Almost like it's staged.
Yam, what do you think, bro? What do you think?
What I think,
with the shades too, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You got the shades going, just like we've been having on the sports talk. We've been rocking the shades after the victories.
Every time they win, yep. We feeling cool.
Yeah.
What I think about, I think it's a little something funny going on with the games.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but with the Chiefs, I don't know. It's kind of the situation. It's interesting with the Chiefs. I don't know how they could, go from taking that L and then coming back and bouncing back like that.
In another country, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yep.
That Dolphins game was overseas, Germany. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dolphins were not looking too hot, and then they came back in the second half. It was kind of
they just didn't have enough time.
Yeah, right.
There's a conspiracy theory going on with Taylor Swift when she attended the Jets game.
Okay.
Pretty much the same storyline as Walt Disney trying to hide the frozen Walt Disney head by creating the movie Frozen.
Okay.
So Taylor Swift was getting a ton of slack for all the jet fuel that she's been using when she flies on these private jets and stuff. And so there was a conspiracy theory going around saying the reason why she went to the Jets game was to offset the Taylor Swift jet thing. So when you Google Taylor Swift jet, now the Jets game pops up, not her with the fuel. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's a stretch for that one for sure because it's fresh love, right? It's puppy love right now.
Yeah, but she could go to a Jets game at any time. This was her chance because she's dating Kelsey. Do you think that she set this whole entire relationship so people would stop talking to how much she's doing to the?
No, but I think a publicist could definitely push her to go. You should go to that Jets game.
Because then think about it. She hasn't even been to the last couple games.
Right. And that's the only thing that's what gives a little validity to the story, right? Was the fact that she has only showed up to a couple of the games, and it's obviously like,
when she shows up, Kelsey plays like way better.
He doubles his numbers.
Way better.
Doubles his numbers.
Better,
that's crazy.
It's incredibly. The differential between the two is nuts. Like if you really look at his numbers, without her in the audience, like in the crowd. Obviously, up in the.
I think I saw it was like he was like 46 yards without her and like 100 yards with her.
Yeah,
something
and she's
like that.
not even anywhere where she's not in eyesight of him. She's way up. So it's like just the fact that she's there is giving him like superhuman vibes.
Well,
right?
everyone's staring at him. Everyone's going. They're all looking up there and they're looking right back at him. Like,
but how does that affect his football game? It has to affect his head.
It's got to affect it in a positive way because he's doubling his numbers when the eyeballs are on him.
Yeah, you got to play good when your girl comes to the game.
Or
always got to play good, bro.
Good.
Or maybe the Chiefs are saying double up on giving Kelsey the balls to Patrick Mahomes because she's here. It's going to help drive sales. When she's in the audience, Patrick, you better be putting that ball in Kelsey's hands.
Yeah.
And then when we're not, everyone's going to be doubling down on him on the other games when she's not there, so he doesn't go at him as much. Let's see how many actual attempts he gets. I haven't even looked that up.
Right.
But like it really could be in the numbers.
I could definitely see Mahomes just utilizing him more because his wife's in there, like they it's like camaraderie, right? Like you're my wife's in the box with your girlfriend, let's ball out.
Yeah.
Type shit, but
yeah. It could definitely. There's definitely ways to get him the ball more often and get his numbers inflated if you want.
Yeah.
Their wide receivers are pretty bad. The Chiefs' wide receivers are pretty bad. They have not shown out. They've been dropping balls. They've caused. They have a really good record with such like mediocre wide receivers. So it's
you think T. Higgins would go to the Chiefs if the opportunity presented itself, or do you think he would? He's got too much love in Cincy.
Ooh, that's tough.
I think he'll go if the Bengals were to reach that heights this year, he's going to follow the money. Yeah. He should.
Yeah. What's crazy, man, is it's always been like the Bengals Steelers, like that's always been the rivalry, but like I don't even want to wear red and yellow together, bro. We just bought a bunch of hats to stock the store back up. And there was that NASCAR style hat with the flames on it. There was a red hat with the yellow flames on the side. Super fire, but I was just like, can't do it.
Yeah,
it's not there's gonna be too many questions, and there's gonna be too many people going, "Oh, are you guys Chiefs fans?"
Right.
No, bro, we're NASCAR fans. Let's roll.
Right. Yeah. No, I would definitely avoid the Chiefs colors as well, especially in this area. It's definitely more of a rivalry on like an NFL scale than your division. You're only playing them. We're not playing them like barely any, compared to the 2 times a year for the Steelers, Ravens and the Browns. But that Ravens rivalry is going to be a thing. I think Burrow and Lamar Jackson is going to be another level of rivalry here soon, but we'll get into that. But the Chiefs, Bengals, Mahomes, Burrow rivalry is like that is like what the NFL is living on. They're hoping to go through, the Arrowhead Invitational is what some people say, but like it has to go through Arrowhead in most cases to get to the Super Bowl in the AFC. So like Bengals and Kansas City Chiefs is like being anticipated. I'm sure the NFL is just watering at the mouth waiting for this that AFC championship to happen again. Like the Bills are now an afterthought.
Right.
It's wild. At one point the Bills were the team that the Chiefs may have to go through and the Bengals may have to go through, but now man, Josh Allen, he just like runs too much. He's just playing a more athletic Big Ben, and he's gonna get hurt.
Right. Yep.
And he's gonna get hurt, and then the NFL knows that. That's why they've taken attention off him. He's gonna be hurt soon. Yeah. We just don't know when. He runs way too much. He's way too brave with that body. He's a big boy, and he knows that. But like, those linebackers hit, dude.
Oh yeah.
And one of these times he's gonna get smacked because he just runs freely. He doesn't even slide a lot. It's like he just knows he's bigger and he can do it, but one wrong hit, and like then the Bills are, watching the playoffs from, man.
It's probably just like the Buffalo way.
Right, but you don't need to run. Like
they fans are crazy. They jump. They do backflips on tables before.
That is true.
So
That's valid. He does represent that culture, but dude, he runs a lot. I was watching the Bills. Like, I watch Red Zone here at the store on Sundays, and they just kept showing NFL Red Zone, like, back to the Bills. Josh Allen runs again. Josh Allen runs again. I was like, how many times is this guy gonna run? Like, if the wide receiver's not open, is Stephon Diggs not open? Like, why aren't you throwing the ball, dude? Like, because the dude that talks on Red Zone, he's like, in another Josh Allen run, like. Not the commentators on the game, but he talks to the Red Zone actual like commentator, and he's like, and Josh Allen's getting those yards up, and I'm watching. I'm like, dude, why is he running so much? You're about to get rocked, bro. One of these times, one of these linebackers are gonna put you on the ground, and everyone's gonna say Josh Allen shouldn't have ran. So like, I bet you the NFL knows that, and like, you're about to get hurt.
Yeah,
we can't put our money in it. We like how Joe Burrow plays, Patrick Mahomes plays, and Lamar Jackson, who is outrunning everybody. It's so funny watching him run past like linebackers that get a head start on him, or cornerbacks that get a head start, and Lamar Jackson just outruns everybody and gets ahead. It's wild.
It's crazy. Like, Burrow efficiency is super crazy though.
He is efficient,
like,
man.
He barely,
and his decision making,
throws picks.
Barely, yeah.
His passing yards be like what, like 300 plus? I'm pretty sure it was like 3 something this past.
He has
game.
the best passer rating in the last like 4 games.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And on top of that, like with Kansas City, we only, like, in the past, like, couple years, we only lost to them once. That was in the playoffs.
Yep.
And then up against
they beat us last
Bills.
year.
Yeah.
After we beat the Bills.
We low-key ain't underdogs.
No.
We just was banged up a little bit.
We're not underdogs at all. And in fact, like he was saying, they're putting on, Dave's putting on money for the Bengals for the Super Bowl, and if he recognizes it, everyone else is recognizing it. You know what I mean? Like,
they go recognize
they're
it.
going to.
Yeah, they go. They want
Cincinnati's always been kind of like that team that like has been so bad that you never expected them to actually be good, and now they are. I think it's really hard for people to accept.
That was the year we went to the Super Bowl. That was that year, because then nobody expected the Super Bowl. Like, and when we was winning games, they was just expecting like, okay, when's this gonna end? And then we end up making it, and then they like, damn, they made it. Then I ain't gonna lie, the year after that, then that's when everybody expected us to go back.
We got to the AFC Championship and lost.
Damn.
Now this year, Super Bowl 58, we're being picked, and we're like, I mean, we're not even looking at like when you go to the games, these teams are not willing to play us. Like these teams are fighting. If you get the Bengals in your way right now, it's like we got so much momentum. I don't think anyone would beat us, and we're playing Houston this Sunday, so
we shouldn't sleep on Houston though.
No, C.J. Stroud's a beast, man. He's a rookie, and he just set the record. He had 4 touchdowns. He's killing it. I mean,
bro. The energy in the stadium is absolutely insane. Like, whatever the Bengals, whatever they're doing, like when it comes to like the app.
Yeah.
There's a Bengals app where like if you get there in time, like all you gotta do is scan the QR code on the Jumbotron or open up the app. But everybody's phones are all interlocked with this, like, augmented reality thing where, like, you see in the beginning, like, where everyone's phones were flashing and, like, it looked like a waterfall where, like, the people's cell phones at the top were lit, and then it would just trickle down to the bottom.
Oh, I did.
So, like, I've got the video.
Like doing the wave, kind of?
Kind of, yeah. It's like... They just ask you to hold your phone up in the air like this, and I'm always recording instead of filming it, or instead of doing what they ask. But, bro, like the whole black and orange, like striping the jungle thing, like that was so cool. And obviously we should stop and thank everybody that bought a hoodie or a T-shirt off the Native Brand website, because what we did was we went in and color coded every single section. In the Bengals stadium. So all you had to do is if you're in section 306, go to the 300 section on the website, and then you click on your 306 section, and then it already says it's a black shirt or a blue shirt, and you can turn it to a hoodie if you want to. Mm-hmm. But it was really cool because there was so many people that turned out in just the 10 days or 2 weeks that we had to turn all these around. And seeing that many people wear like Native Brand inside the stadium, like I felt like, it was like a good moment, right? It was like, all right, we're on to something here, because it's, we sell a lot of Native stuff out of here, and there's so many people in that stadium. You would think that I would just be bumping into people left and right, but it's like I may see 5 or 6 like native brand hats or tees like throughout the day, but like on Sunday there was, I saw 50 or 60 of them, man, and it's like, that is awesome, dude. And it's just like these people are not coming up to me going, hey, check out my hoodie. It's like they don't know who I am, which is the coolest part, man. They saw something they liked and they said, hey, let's pick it up.
Yeah.
So, but what the Bengals are doing, man, like, I really think that app has a lot of these other teams are going to have to follow suit, because like that Stripe the Jungle thing, it was so badass, dude. Like when you're sitting there at 7:15, 7:30, like before the crowd starts filling in, Kayla and I were going, is this going to work? Are people listening, and are they going to wear black or orange? And all of a sudden you start seeing people fill in, and then all of a sudden there's just a whole row of just darkness, and it's like, holy cow, dude! It's like people are really doing what they asked.
Yeah,
like, that is the shit.
It is the shit. We were talking off camera earlier. I asked if there were any people in the crowd that like had like a section where they were wearing white to be like a dot or something, or like being like stick out. And you said they all pretty much followed suit and understood the assignment.
Yeah. There was a couple. There was a couple people in our section that had black on instead of orange, but what are you gonna do, man? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but it's still like from the aerial view, everything looked incredible.
Were they wearing black jerseys?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah. It's like it's like you may not have gotten the memo, but you still got like you're gonna wear Bengals gear. You're not gonna try to wear the white out on the white out unless you like are trying to be purposeful.
Right.
So that's what I was curious. Like maybe like a white dot amongst all the black, and that would be people like like 4 or 5 chairs with white shirts that stuck out.
They pretty much like muted in any blue that was in that crowd, because there was a lot of Buffalo fans there, especially
there
on
was
like
a lot of Buffalo fans here.
Like
Came to the store.
First row to the 5th row, bro. It was a lot of blue in that section there. Okay. And it was just like, man, like who gives up those tickets? Because all the tickets in the stadium are pretty much season ticket holders, right? Yeah. Like, is that like tickets for the Buffalo Bills players? You know what I mean? Like,
could be. I know there was quite a few people, Bills fans. One, because I'm here on Saturday, really, is when most of them came through. But I saw a lot of people with Bills stuff on, and I was like, Bills fans? And I saw one group that had all Bills fans, but one Bengals fan, the little dude. And I was like, yeah, we're Bills fans. He loves the Bengals. He loves Burrow, and he had a Burrow jersey on. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, where are you guys from? And they're like, we're from Missouri. So we're here for the game tomorrow. I'm like, oh, Missouri, okay. And then about an hour later, someone came in from Vegas.
Damn.
So Vegas was in here. Yeah, there was a group from Vegas here to see. Apparently they were here. The people from Vegas were here last year when Damar Hamlin went down, and they wanted to see him on field in person. So they
didn't do anything.
I know. It was so strange. I thought they were gonna give him some sunflowers, something, but he wore a mask. He looked really like he was covered head to toe, so you couldn't even see but his eyes.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
Yeah,
very strange.
Then I guess I didn't even that being at we got there early just to make sure
catch everything.
Yeah, and we didn't see anything about it. I thought for sure they would do at least some type of moment for him or for the medical staff of Cincinnati, like for UC.
Yeah.
But I guess after the game, when everyone cleared out, he went over there and kind of spent I think it said 15 minutes just sitting there in the grass, just
yeah. I remember he almost died. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Or did die.
Or did.
You know what I mean?
Did die. Yeah, did die. They brought back to life. But I just thought there would be more to it. I thought they were going to make more commentary about it, but it was really a quick comment on the TV, and they really moved on. But there were people here that were there to see Damar Hamlin's return, and though he didn't play, they talked about it. They told me. I was like, we were here for last year's game. We saw that in person. It was the craziest thing we've ever seen, and we weren't going to miss this one. So we were here. And I was like, we've had the tickets for a while. We were definitely coming here. We love Cincinnati. We didn't know anything about Cincinnati. We came here last year. Best time, and we're back. And we're having a great time again. And I was like, cool. So
I got a question, man. So can we put $10 on the Bengals to win the Super Bowl every year for the next 10 years? Or is it only like this year or next year?
I think you can put
Oh, like you mean like you making a bet, like saying
like for a future
Yeah,
situation?
You know what I'm saying? Because if you
Don't they have to have odds?
Wouldn't
there have to be odds?
Right.
So would it be? How would you put the odds more than a year out?
right, and then that's what I was asking is like, because obviously if you would have bet like back when you were saying. You were saying 3 years ago that the Bengals are going to go to the Super Bowl 58. That was the year. So 3 years ago, if you would have put $10 on it, would it have been 1,000-to-1 odds? You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. That's
so you could have put $10 on it 3 years ago, and it'd be $30,000 bet, $10,000
yeah, probably more
win.
at that point to say that specific year is going to happen. You're not only the football team has to do great that year, and you have to do the year right.
Right.
That's tough. But
you're right.
Yeah.
That you have to have some type of odds there, and I don't know how. I'm assuming the odds only go for that season, right?
I think so too. When they make the odds makers, that's when you can put the bet in, I believe, because they probably when they do the next season. Like rankings before like preseason, they put them out. I think that probably that point forward, the odds makers have set it, and then you can bet on. Let's say you want to next year you want to go ahead and bet Jets because you think Aaron Rodgers will be back in time. So
right.
You go ahead and bet Jets when they put the line out, and I think that's probably how it would work. But I mean, you're right. Like, how do you make a 10-year ahead bet? Can't. Like, you're not going to know what's going to happen with the organization. You know what I mean? Like, that's so impossible. Like, we would have never thought, like, Brock Purdy, like, 5 years ago, put on 49ers, I think they were going to have, like, you would just never know.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell these guys are getting these opportunities, especially football. The turnover rate on football quarterbacks is insane. Last weekend we started, there was like 7 new quarterbacks.
That's crazy.
That didn't start their team at the beginning of the year. Yeah.
How did the rookie do for the Raiders?
Good. Yeah, the Raiders won.
No shit.
Oh snap!
The Raiders
Fired
won.
everybody and they won.
Yep. They did.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you watched the game?
I was watching. I mean, on Red Zone, it shows every scoring play in all the plays.
Oh,
It's basically like an OBS pretty much, and they're just changing TV, and then there's a commentator and he explains what's also happening and why things happen. Like, he'll be like, "Oh, we'll go back to the previous play, but this is what's happening. This is how they scored," and then they'll go. It's like it's really fluid. He actually doesn't even use a bathroom break in 7 hours.
Oh, really?
He stands behind there. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Chris is his name, and he's really good.
I need to show you. There's a special thing you can do on that Prime streams where you can have 4
boxes
going at one time,
Yeah.
so you can have 4 games on one TV.
Yeah, I tried to do the Bengals in the red zone on one, but you can't hear the volume. And
You just have to highlight.
take it to the volume. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want the top left,
Sound.
you just have to go to the top left, and then it'll play the sound for that one.
Yeah, they do. Red Zone does the Octobox, so 8 screens at one time.
Jesus.
And you can watch 8, and then he puts the main guy on the bottom of the screen, but like all these Octoboxes, and you can watch all the games at one time. They just got it down, bro. They're good at what they do. They've been trimming the fat on that for years, but it's dope that we have it. Red Zone's. I mean, it makes watching football on Sundays here a whole thing. If other people want to watch, like dads come into the store and their kids are having a great time, and he sees it, he's like, "Oh, we got Red Zone. I'll stand right here. That's fine. So you want to go in the lab?" And they'll say no to watch the TV. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. I remember when we first moved into the levee, I put that TV outside of our first store, and I would always play like the NFL games or the basketball games or whatever's on, and I would see 15 to 20 people all standing there in front of my store just watching the TV. That's before they had the big jumbotrons here.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to see how something as simple as just putting on sports, like it's like moss to a flame, bro.
If I put Red Zone on that TV, like while the normal day, I bet you have people walk up.
Yeah.
Because they'd be able to see it's different than that. Because it changes so much.
Yeah.
It's like colors always changing because it's going to new teams constantly. But and you don't miss a play. There's no commercials. It's commercial free, the whole 7 hours. So I don't know. I'm here for it.
I gotta check it out. That's crazy.
Red Zone, yeah.
I
what
love
up?
it, man.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, dude, the holidays are coming around.
Yep.
The levy's getting ready for everything. They got Santa coming in. I think they're gonna do
November 18th.
and it's gonna be appointment only again, right?
I don't know the details on that. I wish they would just do the walk up and you go in line just like a mall, so
Yeah.
people can come down here and not be disappointed. Watching those kids get disappointed when the Santa was reservation only and they expected to see Santa and you couldn't go in without a previously done reservation. That's hard to watch all these kids get disappointed.
Yeah, man, they're all dressed up
Yeah.
like fucking. Why doesn't Santa want to see me? Like they don't know that, you know, COVID's going on and you got to make an appointment to see Santa. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they're just putting on their stockings and their red dress and they want to come down here and see Santa, bro.
Yeah.
I hope they got it figured out because, you know, it's real nice that you can set an appointment, come down here, and then, you know, you've got a scheduled time to meet Santa, so you're not standing in line for an hour or 2 hours or whatever it is.
True.
But you know, it's like an actual photo shoot. It's not there's not people eating Sabaros in the background. You know what I mean? Like if you're at Kenwood Mall or something. But
Yeah.
but here it's like, you know, it's for us though, like for all the storefronts, like we want an hour line.
I want a
out
line.
there.
Yes, I want a line. I think I wouldn't be opposed for them doing like slots where our people pay for slots so they can get those photos specifically, and maybe like an hour before and hour after for the general public to walk and get just like free pictures or something. Like there's got to be a way to, you know, to blend the two worlds.
For
But
sure.
I do like the line because I do like the waiting and people looking around while they're waiting. And then, you know what's in here? Because when you first walk in to see Santa, you may not even realize you're walking into a place where you can shop. You just are like,
If
you don't. If you've never been here, you wouldn't necessarily know. And then you look around as you're waiting in line. Then you get to you see the spice shop. You see like stuff happening in the podcast from a distance. You're like, I'm gonna go over there. Like, it creates curiosity.
The problem is if you've got a 5-year-old kid that you got to get ready to go see Santa,
You're not shopping.
You're and it's 3:30 is your appointment time. You're getting here at 3:25 at the earliest, right? Because, you know, no parents are able to get their kids together, get them ready, and okay, we're gonna be here an hour before our appointment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like for things like that, it's like, man, I really wish they would think about all the storefronts in here that are trying to make money for Christmas time, because by doing the scheduled appointments, you know, they're in and out. They're gonna be here at 3:30 for the appointment, and then they're gonna at 4:00. You know, they might leave to go grab food somewhere on the levee, but I don't see anybody sticking around to shop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you have an appointment, if you go to the appointment style way of thinking, people are going to plan for after the appointment.
Yep.
They're not going to come in like with an open schedule and then we'll get it done and then we'll maybe browse and see what's happening on the levee. They'll be like, all right, well, I will make plans. I should be done by 4:00. We can meet you at 4. We'll get this Santa done and we'll meet you. They'll make plans just naturally with friends and family, whatever. Just because, you know, that's part of planning, but it affects us because it doesn't give us the opportunity to show off what we got going here, because you come in and you might even feel rushed now because you have plans for after it. You be like, oh, I'll check you out later. Well, when are you going to come back later? Are you going to come back later? That's kind of a hard ask. So I think as easy as it is for them to do appointments, I think it makes more sense on an overall sense for everybody. And even Santa, like, if they could find a way to, like, they could get more people to, like, offer packages.
It's a numbers game, bro.
It's a numbers game. Offer more packages, more people will buy them. If you do a slot, you're only going to get so many, and it's just limited. You can pump out pictures, man, like they do in the mall. They churn through those. They do reservations, but they churn through them, man. That's like, they don't go as fast here. It takes a little longer. They do like 15 minutes.
I think they get a half hour.
Half hour is even more, you know what I mean? That's it. Just, I'm here for efficiency and here for the businesses to everyone to get boosted.
So
So
on an 8-hour shift, Santa's only seeing 16.
8-hour shift. That's 2 an hour.
He's only seeing 16 kids.
Yeah.
In a whole day, if that's That's how they're setting it up.
Dang.
That's, I mean,
When
how many days? I mean,
Kenwood probably sees 300 to 500 kids a day during December. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, they're seeing far more than 16. I mean, you're seeing probably like 20 an hour.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, if you look at it that way, like the Santa down here for your own personal experience is going to be way better than the a Santa in Kenwood or any other place, because you're going to get a half hour. You're going to get time with Santa instead of a turn and burn, or
Yeah, and
kick them down the slide. Oh, you're going to shoot your eye out, kid.
right. Maybe they could do like everyone that gets it. They give like a shopping like token or something to go use the businesses around. Maybe they could find a way to get us involved there. Like maybe like I
think if something like that's going to happen,
a card or something.
Yeah, we're going to have
card.
to do it ourselves. Just like
we'll talk with them. We'd have to. I mean, we're probably going to have to do a lot of things ourselves in general, just because that's the nature of being a business owner. But like, we do need traction at the levee. We do want to see the levee thrive. We want to see people down here to just have a good time, because there's a lot to do here. But at the same time, we understand that there's many other places to spend your time. So while they're here, we need to make the most of it and want their experience to be a great thing. So if they can find out to blend the reservations for Santa with an open to bring all the family and friends down and get that experience, like, you want people to see the levee in its, because like, we're going to have, the guys, the Lego bricks over here are going to be opening up here soon too. So we're going to have more happening here for the kids in the Christmas time. And like, that's about to be a big part of things Christmas. I think Christmas is going to really thrive here. So like, we want everyone to see it. So having a Santa situation where it really benefits all the businesses, Santa's going to see that money. They're going to find a way. Like you said, if that many people are going through Kenwood and they have an opportunity to come out here and maybe not wait as long of a line, but instead of seeing 500 a day that Kenwood would see, maybe we see 200, 250.
Right.
That's better than 16. And if you give them packages, each person that takes a picture, you'd be like, you can get these, there's these photos, you're more than welcome to buy these photos. They might see way more people spending money for a $5, $10 photo if they do a bunch of them. It's a numbers game. It's just a numbers game. And there's ways to make it work. We just have to collectively do it. And I stand on that hill, man.
I wonder, what, bro? What if we can create something here where, like, if they print the photo out, you can bring it over here and we can sublimate it on a metal frame for you.
I was thinking, I've met Santa and all I got was this fucking shirt.
No, I'm talking about like you got your photo with Santa and it comes out on a little 8x10 piece of paper. They can bring it right over here, scan it in, and then print it on a metal 11x17 metal frame where they can mount it to the wall. You know what I mean?
Like that's
a one-stop shop where, hey, if you want something framed for the wall, go to Native and they can print that right onto canvas. We can put them on those
canvases,
the canvases or whatever. But sublimation, I think, would be the best on something like that, because you can put it on that metal and it'll have a nice little shine to it when they hang it on the wall or whatever you want to do.
Or what about something they could probably put on their Christmas tree?
Ornaments,
yeah.
Super, bro, yep. Genius. I still have probably 150 blank sublimation ornaments in the back. Yeah. So when Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, I made an ornament that said this ornament didn't hang himself, and it had Jeffrey Epstein on one side, and then it said the Native brand on the other.
Oh yeah, when I first saw that, I was like, man, he ain't playing, bro. He ain't playing.
Yeah, that's true. What's funny, man? We did a news interview with either WKRC or it was one of the news channels here, but they did the story in the old store across the hall, and I had a shirt that said Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, and when they were in there filming, I made sure to put it in the back where you could see it. And in the middle of filming, the camera guy goes, "Can we move that?" I'm like, "Move what?" "Oh, yeah, I didn't even see it there, bro. Yeah, I got you. I'll move it." Like, damn, so close.
Oh man. Almost snuck it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it is, bro.
That is. Win some, you lose some.
So for Christmas time, though, man, so we're in the middle of trying to pull the trigger on a limited edition Mars Blackman skateboard. I did this logo, and I redid it to make sure everything was perfect on it. Like, I even got like a little diamond earring in Mars Blackman's ear now, and the decks are going to be, it's a skateboard. We're going to do 50 of them. 25 of them are going to be a white skateboard with Mars Blackman on the bottom, and then like a red like graffiti splash that says native on it. There'll be 25 of those. There'll be 10 gold decks. So instead of white as the background, it'll be gold foil. 10 silver decks, and then 5 holographic ones. And so when you buy them here, you're not going to know which one you get until you open it up for Christmas. So it's going to be like, we're going to have them actually in Christmas boxes that you can buy too.
Okay.
It's going to be so fire, bro. So excited.
We just got to make sure, like I literally have to pull the trigger tonight to make sure that they get here, because she was breaking everything down. It takes like 8 to 15 days for the production, and then it's going to take another 8 to 10 days to get it picked up for the international shipping, because we're having them done through air instead of sea. Obviously, it would take 26 days or something if they were just going to be on boat by sea. But it doubles the price of the skateboards by shipping them, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But you got to do what you got to do, man. I really think that these skateboards are going to be something that's like an art piece for the house. It's
absolutely, that's what they're shaping. They're shaping up to be, I mean, one of the biggest drops I've seen us do in a long time. So
I'm excited for it, man.
The holographic one sound fire.
Oh,
bro, wait,
dude.
wait till here. I'll text you the logos real quick, man, because they do look great, man. And you know what, bro? Like the reason why I love this is like, I want the white one. Like, you know what I mean? Like all of them are so dope, but even the simple white one is just fire.
The white one is, dude. To me, the white one's one of my favorite boards in general.
Yeah.
Dude, the white's. I'm here for it. Yeah. Show.
Did you get them?
Yeah.
Did you get them? They're fire, dude.
They're right here. Let's see.
So I'll give you guys a little sneak peek real quick of what they look like.
Yeah, I got you up to the.
So here's the white one.
The camera.
They all dope.
Gold one, silver, and holographic one. Yeah, man, I'm excited about it, bro. This is something that we've been trying to get done for a while. I've been working with it, and I wanted to make sure the logo was perfect, man. So I went back in, I redid the logo last night. And actually on the other side of the board, too, it's going to be laser etched. It's going to say limited edition Mars Blackman wall art by the Native brand. And it's actually going to have a number. So it'll be 1 through 10, 1 through 5, whatever board you get, that's going to be the laser etched on the other side of the board.
Dude, that's going to be so fire, too. The whole thing is going to be like, I don't know. I like the limited aspect of it, so that when you open it, with the people that get the 1 through 5s on that's going to just be like, dude, I can't wait to see who tags us.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm like, who gets it?
Right.
Who's going to be the one? You know what I mean? Like, we're going to share it. They're going to get a share. There's going to be like a lot to it, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm, and obviously, like, when we do these things, they're all limited runs. So there's only 50 of this Mars Blackman board, and then it breaks down from there. So 25 white, 10 gold, 10 silver, 5 holographic, and then once those are gone, we'll create another deck to coincide with that one. So it's almost like I really have this idea of trying to have 3 boards in one room that all finish the logo, right? You know what I mean? So it's not like you've got a Santa Cruz deck and then a Supreme deck and then a Native deck. I want all 3 of the decks to look like it was part of one art installation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the next 2 boards that we're going to do after this are going to kind of coincide with this one, which I think is going to be great, man. So I'm excited for it. It's we just got to make sure that we can get them done in time. Christmas is coming up too quick, bro. It's like Halloween's already over, bro. It's like Halloween's one of my favorite times of the year, man. It's like, you know, the scary stuff that happens and all this other shit. And it's like we were so busy here, before you know it, time's up. Christmas is here.
Yeah, I feel like, so it's so strange. So certain months move so fast, and then other moves just like October. I thought September and August and September went pretty slow. October flew, dude. It was it was almost like before you knew it was like Halloween's here, and now I think we're flying through November.
Yeah, we're like midway through.
Yeah, November's flying too. So I don't know. It's time's crazy.
We're not midway through.
We're getting. What are we on now?
7.
Yeah.
25% through already.
And Black Friday will be here before we know it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely do some stuff. We got some cool things coming up for Black Friday and for Christmas time. So keep an eye out for everything that we're doing down here. It's gonna be we're gonna throw out some deals. We're gonna be giving out some very cool gifts through Christmas time. What we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
That's gonna be cool as shit, man. But damn, I was just gonna say something else too. Oh well.
And you know why I feel like why everything is moving so fast? We don't really pay attention to the dates. For
right.
Real, like that. You know what I'm saying? We just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? We working, we doing
another
our
Tuesday.
thing, and then we just, you feel me? The days just fly by.
They do too, man. It's
yeah.
Especially when you're in that mode. It's like, you know, I got to go back. You know, just get home. Got to go back to bed so I can go do it again. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, bro. You get caught up in just like the day-to-day shit where it's like, damn, this whole month is gone already. Which, by the way, dude, Bobby Mackey's is closing.
Yeah, Bobby Mackey's is closing, and I heard they're going to just completely demolish.
Bro,
that's crazy. That was way to drop some. That podcast turned a direction here.
That's a haunted place, right?
Yeah, and it's
one of the 50 most haunted bars in the world, and
it's been covered by like some significant like ghost hunters, if you will.
Bro, Geraldo Rivera was there in the fucking early 90s or late 80s. Like that's how popular this place has always been, and I'm really I need to talk to him to see if we can get one podcast out of there before they close it down.
Just one. Yeah.
And then we need to do another podcast on the property once the building's gone. And then I'm also thinking that we should take as many bricks once they demolish it and sell them here as we can.
So take haunted bricks.
A haunted Bobby Mackey brick, $20, signed by Bobby Mackey. Bobby, genius, bro. Let's go.
Bobby, let's talk.
Tear the building down. Take those bricks, put your name on it, and then sell them as the haunted bricks of Bobby Mackey's. $20 from every brick. There's got to be 2,000 bricks in that building.
Yeah. Portion goes to charity, and then you got it, bro.
Haunted
genius.
Bricks.
Haunted brick, bro. You know what's crazy is
I don't hear no stories about y'all talking about how you was at your fridge and you turned around and then like the cabinet opened up by itself.
There's I've seen some videos that are insane, bro. But what I was gonna say was there was this family that their daughter was terrified of this doll, right? And so they sold the doll on eBay, and they said, hey, our daughter is terrified of this thing. She's worried it's haunted. It's not haunted. It's just a doll, but we're selling it because she's terrified of it. This thing went for thousands of dollars, bro, because somebody wanted to be haunted. You know what I mean? Like instead of like they.
How old was the little girl?
Little, like not old enough to read the eBay post, because the way the eBay post was written, it said like our daughter thinks this is haunted, but this is not. And we're restating, this thing is not haunted. It's not possessed. Our daughter doesn't like it, and we're just trying to get rid of it.
But why she don't like it?
Right. But that's what everyone was thinking. That's why the thing still went for thousands of dollars.
Yeah, bro.
Because people are like, oh, so there's a chance that it might be haunted? I'll buy it. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, they
don't know.
No,
it's just
bro.
like every scary movie we'd have seen where the parent don't ever bleed a kid.
Right.
And next thing you know, it might be haunted.
Yep.
So, and it's a little girl. If she don't like it, then I don't like it.
Right. For sure, bro. You know what, man? I can go down those YouTube rabbit holes all the time, bro. And there was this one, like, this guy's name is Mr. Ballin. He does like strange, dark, and mysterious podcast of like either something haunted or some like somebody hurting somebody. Like he tells the stories of it, and he was talking about this story of this guy that went to an estate sale, and an estate sale is when like the people die and they sell everything in the house. Mm-hmm. So what they did was they were boxing everything up in lots. So you can't go in there and be like, I want the TV or I want this. It's like I want lot 29. Lot 29 was like a bunch of tools and some other stuff. And this guy bought it. Mm-hmm. Lot 29 came with this 2-foot box. It was 2 feet tall, about a foot wide, and it was locked, and he couldn't get it open. And so he ends up bringing it back to his house, and he's looking into it, and he turns out it's called a Divic box. So a Divic box is also known as a ghost box, which is like early 1800s, late 1800s, early 1900s. They basically like seances and fucking shit like that. Like they would try to capture a ghost inside this Divic box. So the guy finally got it open. Did he get it open or did he sell it? It transferred to 3 people. So the guy ended up selling it. Oh, okay. Somebody else bought it, and then this guy, I think the second guy owned an antique store, and he bought it for that. And he had it in the basement of the antique store, and one of his employees was attacked in the basement, and a bunch of stuff was happening. So this Divic box, whenever it was around, lights would blow, battery watches would always die. Cell phones or whatever, like all the energy would be sucked out of it. And so this guy, after his employee got hurt in the basement, like a big light blew on the ceiling, and then they said when she tried to run out of the basement, a chair like was thrown into her way of getting up the stairs. And then when she got to the stairs, the door was locked at the top. There was a deadbolt on the other side of the door. So she was locked in there. So she was locked in the basement until the guy came and let her out. But so then they sold it, and 2 college kids that had a dorm, they bought it and started throwing parties with this Divic box. They knew what it was, and they were trying to have fun with it. So it turns out same thing happened to them. Light bulbs would explode, energy would be sucked out of any batteries that are around. But then they had it in one of their rooms, and one of the guys said he would always see a shadow out of his peripheral, and he's like it always felt like an old woman that was just outside where I couldn't see her, and so she. The guy also couldn't sleep in his room anymore. At first, like for the first week or 2, they were having people over and they were like playing games with it. They were trying to like fuck around with it and have fun. Like, oh, I think they had a blog that they were writing stories on about this Divic box. Interesting. So then the kids started
wrong stuff.
Then the kid started losing all of his hair.
Oh.
Yeah. So then they ended up getting rid of the Divic box as well. But it's just one of those things, bro, where it's like ghosts and who the fuck knows, man. Like the second person that got the Divic box was able to open it up. He found a couple clumps of hair in there, a tooth, and some other like weird things, right? Like seance type things. But I don't know, man. Like bro, we've been on this earth not long at all. You know what I mean? And I really feel like a lot of the stuff that we should know have been held from us.
Sure.
For a purpose, right? But spirits and aliens and ghosts and interdimensional beings, like who the fuck knows if that's real, right? But there's too many people that have ghost stories or have felt weird things happen to them or have had weird things happen to them.
Yeah.
And it is very like the body's crazy. Like being in a room alone and then being in the room with somebody that's there and you don't know that they're there, but you can feel them.
Yes.
Like
I've experienced
how,
it.
bro? How does your body feel somebody looking at you? You know what I mean? Like that's
no, you're right. I've experienced
so
it. Yeah,
it's so insane. Like
how is it possible? I don't know how it's possible, but I felt it. I felt being alone, but
it's
not alone.
It's the sixth sense that your body has, right? That you don't know. Like you know when something bad's going to happen.
I think you can really hone in and really be good at that sixth sense.
Oh, for sure.
You can feel like and that means that there's way more to us as humans or people or beings
than we even know.
We even know, right?
For sure.
So maybe when the time comes and energy's passed on, it goes into that dimension and you become your highest self. I don't know, but things are able to communicate with us in another dimension. They have. I've had them. I've literally watched the door open in front of me and other people, and there was no one in that bathroom. Like the bathroom was a storage spot, and that door.
Your house?
Not my house, but I lived in this house in Fort Thomas, and my buddy still owns it. But they were playing Call of Duty. We were writing music for my band for Ocean Grid. We were all doing stuff, and my buddies were playing Call of Duty on their laptops on the table. Other buddies playing guitar. What is going on?
What the hell is going on?
Run, Forrest, run! And we're all just hanging out, and there's a closet door between two just bedrooms, and it was one of those doors when you were to open it, it was like one of the handles that would pop. You'd hear a pop sound when you opened this door. It was just the way it was, and it held a Christmas tree. There was just storage stuff from the dude that lived there. His dad's storage. That's all it was. We're sitting there, and dude, that door was shut, and it pops open. It opens. We're all sitting there. We all heard it. We all looked at it, and my roommate that was playing Call of Duty, he's like, nope. And he shuts his laptop, puts his mouse on it, gets it on. He's like, I'm going upstairs. And he left us. And the other guys were like, cigarette break. And when everyone stood up and went to the porch, and it cleared that room when that door opened. When I felt like I've had other experiences, but that was the one when there's so many other witnesses around that it wasn't just you experiencing. Other people were like, oh my goodness, what just happened? And like I had things happen in that house. Like my door was knocked. I had my ex at the time, like me and her were like just chilling, and this thing kept knocked on the door, and we saw a shadow, and she was freaking out, and like we were alone in the house, and she freaked out. But like things happened there. I don't know the history of the house. I don't know anything about, but I know something is going on in places, in many places all over the world, and you can't explain it. It just happens in front of you, and you don't. There's no one to tell. There's no one to really believe you. There's no one to not believe you. You just are experiencing it, and how it's connecting with us in the physical world to make a sound, to open a door. Like, is it one of those things where it takes all their energy to come into interdimensional and just do that one action to get your attention?
Right.
Is that what that is? Like heaving your whole weight into a situation so you can get the humans on the other side's attention. So that's why just one thing happens and nothing else happens.
Well, what if?
I don't care how much energy it takes. I'm out.
Yeah.
Like
no,
moving,
yeah, no.
Like moving out.
Right.
I didn't move out. I didn't move out.
That's
It ain't no
there.
packing on my laptop, going upstairs, and goddamn cigarette
we all
That's
stayed
Eddie
there.
Murphy right there.
We never left. We never left. We stayed. We all lived there still. I mean, I lived there for at least two more years.
Oh no.
But it was just.
Yeah, bro. That's.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. So when you're like, have you ever seen Eddie Murphy Delirious or Eddie Murphy Raw, the old stand-up comedies?
I think I might have seen.
Delirious is hilarious.
Bro,
I have that on DVD.
They're both so
DVD,
great. So he was so Eddie Murphy's sitting there. He's like, man, you see that movie Poltergeist? He's like these white people, they find a poltergeist in the house, and instead of leaving, they invite other white people over to come investigate. He's like, let me tell you something. If I was walking around the house with my wife and kids, he's like, oh baby, this is beautiful. Like we got a backyard over there. The house is gorgeous. The kids are out there playing. Get out. Sorry we can't stay, baby. And he's like, the kids got kidnapped. He's like, I would have just called the school like, hey, little Eddie's not going to be at school today. He got kidnapped by ghosts. Well, Mr. Murphy, didn't you try to save your son? He's like, yeah, went to the TV, changed the channel a couple times, nothing happened, so I got the fuck out. You know what I mean? But like it's funny too, man, because that's exactly how it is, bro. When it comes to like black people and white people are like, bring on the ghosts, and like black people are like, get that satanic shit out of my face, bro.
Out of here.
Yeah, that's the thing is like people always go to like demons and satanic stuff, but what if it isn't even about that?
Man, who the heck, bro? Come on, bro.
Does it have to be?
Okay, you can take that chance.
Could it just be the fact that energy leaves and goes into another dimension and it gets lost in it? Does it have to be like something that's trying to strike down on your soul and take you, like kill you? Can it just be? There could be like.
You think that ghost was lost when he opened y'all door?
I never felt it never was like negative situation. I was uncomfortable when I first moved in, and the first time that I experienced it was way before then. I had moved 2 rooms in that house to the very upstairs, and I had experienced it at the very beginning when I was working at Macy's still.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
breaking news,
dude, it's crazy. What's up?
Ohio becomes the latest state to legalize recreational marijuana as voters approve issue 2. Let's go, Ohio!
Hey, get that dance on! Get that dance on! Hey, that's.
Congratulations, yes. State of Ohio.
Congrats. That's awesome, man. What a big step for everybody around Ohio.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, man, that's great.
I got goosebumps for that one.
Same.
You know what's wild, bro? When marijuana first started getting the big push, there was like 20 Ohioans that all put money together to try to capitalize and be the only ones to make marijuana in Ohio. Do you remember that? They even had a mascot, Buddy the Bud.
Oh,
Buddy the Bud.
He was, bro. It was a mascot. He was all jacked up, but his head was a
strong bud.
Yeah, it was literally like a nug. His head was a nug, but dude, that's so it's done. That's it. So now you can smoke weed in Ohio.
So they can like I guess
recreationally, bro.
Yeah, so there's no restrictions. You
so
smoke and drive and no worries. Is there like what? How's that work?
No, you can't smoke and drive. It's still DWI.
Okay, yeah. So people can't smoke and cruise still. They're gonna still find a way to because I know like if they smell it, they can pull you over.
Yeah,
yeah. So
actually, you know what? There's a state that just announced that they can't do that.
They can't smell it.
Cannot. They can't. That can't be probable cause.
Interesting.
I think it was either Las Vegas or L.A. I can't remember, but it was one of them that was. They just passed it, which is like okay, But then obviously
so many people smoking out there. It's like, how would you even be able to know who car it is?
It's pretty pungent, bro. I can when I'm walking my dog, I can smell what house is toking the reefer.
But then imagine
usually mine.
But then imagine if it's more than one house though.
Right.
On that street, like they all like smoking.
Right.
So then it's like how would you even be able to tell who it? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what's that scene on Fast and Furious when they was chasing the car? But all the cars look the same.
If it wasn't 1, 2, or 3, bro, I haven't seen it.
I can't remember which one it was.
Getting lost in the.
I missed the last 10. 7. Yeah,
Fast and Furious 10.
Did you see the poster for Fast and Furious 20? It's got Vin Diesel on a little
like a little scooter.
Yeah, one of those rascals.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, bro, but that's
recreation, man.
That's crazy.
That's big.
So back to Bobby Mackey's, bro. We're gonna have to try to do something. We're gonna have to talk to him, see if we can get that one last podcast over there. And like, shout out to Bobby, dude, because he's still wanting to play. Like, even though like all this is going on with Bobby Mackey's Music World, he wants to go play at Mugby's. And it's like, bro, like I understand, like that's you, that's who you are. Enjoy some time. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to play music every Friday and Saturday. You know what I mean? Like, people love you. People, in any way you go, people are gonna they're gonna love to see you. You know what I mean? Like I feel like somebody like Bobby, bro. Like this is something where like he needs to pass the torch at this point. You know what I mean? If the building is going to be torn down, I mean that's devastating. If the building's going to be torn down,
that was what stood out to me.
He said temporary, though. So
you're gonna rebuild it? How's that possible?
I mean, I don't.
You can't. It is. Those four walls are there for a reason.
Why they say they like closing down in the first place?
You know, I don't know, man. Like the place looks like it's holding by a thread, anyways. Like the roof does look like it's got some work. The heat doesn't work in there, I don't think. So like during the wintertime, no, AC didn't work. So during the summertime, it was crazy hot in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I mean, there's a million things. You know, you never know what the issue could be, right? Because the aesthetic is one thing, but like the guts of it is two totally different beasts. You know what I mean? Like you may look at this store and go, "Damn, this thing's pristine, brand new, looks gorgeous." It's like, bro, there's so many issues that we have inside here that
it's like a bar, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Bring John Tafer in. He can fix it.
John Taffer?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
John
Taffer. You ever
Taffer.
seen Bar Rescue?
Yeah,
bro,
of course. Yeah.
One of my good friends is Brian Duffy. He was the chef on that show. He was just in town. He did the menu for Red Leprechaun over at the Banks.
Yeah.
So he was in town for the grand opening. I got to go over there and hang out with him while he was here. But yeah, he's a good friend of mine, man. The chef that's on Bar Rescue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
That is. You know what? I think we should get him. We should have him on the podcast, bro. We should get him in.
Bro.
John Taffer?
No.
Duffy. Bro, he also sponsors the podcast. I forgot to mention that. Duffified.
Hey.
That's his, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we say his, I mean, that's... But, you know, if Bar Rescue wants to be on the podcast, we'll take you too. But, yeah, like you know what I mean? I think...
That would be sweet.
That would be sweet.
That show be
there's
having me
so many people
cracking
on
up,
interview.
bro.
Dude, he would be such an interesting person to interview, John Taffer, because he's like, he's a no bullshit human being, right?
Yeah.
Brass tacks, like get your ass up and fucking make it happen.
Yeah.
But there's so many like drama issues on that show. It's like, bro, like I want to know it all. I want to know like each episode is only 30 minutes long and you guys are there for 7 days. Like what really happens? You know what I mean? Like
true.
With the alcoholic owner that's completely out of his fucking whiskers when John Taffer walks in, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Nate Dogg in the building.
And then he just walk in and start going off. He'll start off, but what makes it so funny is that he'll start off casual, then he just turn up out of nowhere.
Yep.
He's like, so I've been in here. We're watching you guys.
What's up, Betty?
It's like, so I've been in here and we've seen what you're doing. You feel me? And so how much money you guys making on alcohol sales? He'd be like, oh no, exactly. You don't know. Like, he just started turning
and then he goes and looks at one of the whiskey bottles that has like a bunch of
like
sugar in it. Yeah, he's like, stop. Right. Who's drinking the gin and tonic here?
Right.
Like, oh man, that show's great, bro. That show's great. They did some work to a couple bars around here too. Win Place Show. It's maybe like a half hour, 45 minutes north of here. They did a bar rescue there, and they did a bar rescue at Tyler Borgman, TB Products.
Oh yeah.
So Troy, Tyler's brother, was married to Eileen, and Eileen and Troy both had, Troy both had. They owned the Black Sheep over in Cheviot.
Okay.
And so they had Bar Rescue come in, and then they what did they name it to?
They changed the whole name.
Yeah, to the Public House.
Oh.
So yeah, it went from whatever it was to the
Black Sheep.
Black Sheep to the Public House. Yeah.
Interesting.
They did one in Fairfield, Ohio too.
Yeah, I think that's One Place Show.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like a biker bar.
And then, because the dude was in like a band or something
Yep.
over there too.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But it's cool seeing that shit though, man. It's cool seeing like a small bar that that just needs a little bit of a touch, right? It doesn't need like a total overhaul. It just needs the staff needs to be like boosted. They need like a little bit of air in their lungs again, and then just not more than a paint job, but like just giving you a new feel for
a new culture
for coming into work.
A new culture, build it. I mean, there's a lot that they do, man. I mean, I've seen some bar rescues where they pretty much like reinvent the entire thing.
I seen one like that where it was with, I think it happened in Chicago. It was like a lady, she was like singing there and playing the piano and stuff.
Okay.
And she called it like Wonder Bar or something like that. And then like they changed the whole name, color, and everything. And they was doing good. But then she was just like, nah, I ain't like this.
Change it back?
And they changed it back. And then when they changed it back, the sales like dropped. They went bankrupt and they closed.
Oh shit!
Yep.
I saw the same thing happen to one of the guys that owned like a karaoke bar in Hollywood. There was he had shit all over the walls. Like it looked like an Applebee's that just kept on getting free product, right? And they just kept stapling it to the walls. And so John Taffer goes in there and is like, "We got to get rid of all this shit, bro. This is fucking crazy." So the next day, he does like a yard sale where John Taffer comes in and starts selling all the stuff, and the guy freaks out, bro. Freaks out, can't do it. Like, it ends up, so they clean the place up and they make it like this nice karaoke bar, and then like 2 weeks later, boom, everything back in there. He's like, I couldn't do it.
Dang.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I get it though. You know what I mean? Like if somebody wanted to come in here and go, look, bro, this black light thing is kiddish. It doesn't work. Like we need to make this classy. This needs to be like a Macy's, right? And then they come in here and they redo my shit, and it's not the vibe.
Jay go flip.
Yeah.
Just come in here with paint and just start throwing it all over the stuff that they just did, bro.
Right.
Just fuck that.
Yeah, take that.
Oh, no.
Take a whole bucket and just throw it.
I got to run to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
The camera crew, all them, they going to have to get out.
Yeah,
bro, don't put the camera in my face. Like,
You ain't gonna want to watch this, bro.
nah, not at all.
You better hold that camera tight.
Lord. But yeah, I had just got into like watching Bar Rescue, but then I kind of was like binge watching it because it's so funny, and then it was just kind of like interesting too. You know what I'm saying? Seeing how like he's always talking about the market. You know what I'm saying? Based on like what city they was in, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So
The market, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
It varies, it changes.
it's like interesting, entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the thing about Bar Rescue that's most fascinating is that like you're already taking a struggling business that needs help in some regard, but each one is so different. Every area is so different. So the research that they've had to do prior to even, starting this renovation or, new culture alignment, whatever you want to call it. But whatever change needs to be done, they have to do so much research on the surrounding area. Like they have to know the ins and outs. So like all their work is done even before
they even start like shooting and stuff
yeah. So I think that's probably the most interesting part to me is just how much recon, how much research that they did to make the bar better, to make the restaurant, make the business thrive, make it more successful. So that's where I stand with it. I like the show. I don't watch it as much anymore. I had watched so many episodes of that in Shark Tank that I am.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
Time to time.
Yeah. You like Shark Tank?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Because, you're seeing the people come in with these creative ideas. And it's like, when I was watching, I'd be trying to guess, like, who I think is going to, like, actually go for it. Or if anybody would go for it at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I like watching shows like that, for real.
Me too. I like it too. I've watched so many of them. It's like, it's just so many episodes. Like, I found so many businesses, so many things just through those, and it's fun to check up on old episodes and see if the business is still alive.
Yeah.
That's also interesting. I'll check. Like, I wonder if they're still doing a thing. You check the website and the website hasn't been active since like the year that they were on the show or something.
That's not good.
Like maybe it seemed like it was like a
the Tank Express.
Yup. The tank.
The U.S. Tank Express.
So before we do sports tomorrow, we'll do a sports podcast, Sports Talk on the Levee.
Yeah.
It'll be episode 89 tomorrow. That's exciting.
Steve Smith. That's
Yep.
the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah. What are your initial thoughts, dude, on this last weekend of football?
Crazy. Dallas. That game was crazy. They had so many chances to pull off the win. It just didn't fall their way. Of course, you know us with the Bengals.
Yep.
You know.
Oh, yeah. Huge
Man, we
win,
on
dude.
like a 4-game
Huge
winning
win.
streak.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Huge win. Huge win. That was monument. Like, that was huge for our season. If we would have lost that, that puts us in a tough spot for the playoffs and just in general. So, needed that victory.
Yep.
What did you think of? Did you get a chance to see any highlights from that Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins morning international showdown?
Yeah, like I was watching it a little bit during the morning. From my summary of it is the Chiefs came out with a bang. They kind of ran out of gas at the end. Miami was starting. They took too long to warm up, and you feel me? Like ran out of time, pretty much. That's my take from it. But I don't think it's gonna hurt Miami real bad. You know what I mean? They just need to know like that if the next time they play the Chiefs, just like come out swinging. You know?
Like in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to play
especially.
Well, they're not going to play them again until then.
Yeah. Come out swinging. Don't come out slow.
Can't. I mean, well, the Dolphins are known to come out fast. Like they have such speed on offense that when it comes down to it, like Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they got guys, can really put up, some yardage.
Yeah. You think it could have been because they
But
was
their
playing in
defense is
Germany?
weak. No, I don't think so. I don't think the location. I think it's just, the Dolphins were their plans are pretty straightforward, and the Chiefs knew it. The Chiefs have one of the more consistent and dominant defenses in the NFL, so keeping a tab on Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, making sure they're locked down, put into the running back's hands, and see if Tua can make some magic, and it just wasn't able to do it. So I just really think it came down to defense.
Somebody took an L. Who took that L? It was a big L too. Was it It was the Seahawks.
They did
Because we was cracking jokes with Aaron.
Yeah, the Seahawks, the Ravens ran through them, bro.
God. It was like what 37-3 or something like that.
Whew.
Something crazy.
Seahawks were not ready for that smoke.
Shh, Lord. I mean, like, what can you do
When you face Lamar.
Yeah, when you put the pressure on him, he just takes off. Like he can pass a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I ain't gonna say a little bit. That's underplaying it. He can pass. You feel me? So it's kind of like it's almost like virtually unstoppable for real. Think about it.
I would say Lamar is virtually unstoppable.
Yeah.
Not because you can't tackle him or he's such a great passer or anything of the sorts. Just because you got it. He's the unpredictability. He's unpredictable. There's no way for you to know what he's going to do because as soon as you think he's going to pass the ball, dude takes off. And you're like, whoa. I thought these wideouts are wide open and he's still running, but he's got space. You know what I mean? And then and as soon as you think he's going to QB sneak it, he does a little fake and he steps back and he throws the pass to a running back and the running back gets 10 yards. And you're like, dude, how are we supposed to stop that?
Best way to play the game.
Yeah. Unpredictability.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I'm here for it.
Unless you're the Cowboys.
Unless you're the Cowboys. Yeah, they're unpredictable in the worst way possible. It's rough that he's in our division, but at this point in time, the Bengals, the Browns, the Steelers, and the Ravens are all in the playoffs. All four.
Okay.
So, just say it. Something to think about.
Another thing I was thinking about, and this in college football, but like our quarterback at Alabama, he had like 4 rushing touchdowns. I thought that was pretty sweet. But when it comes to passing, I ain't gonna lie. Shakier than an earthquake. I'm telling you. Like I don't know what it is. It's like might be
shakier
better.
than an earthquake.
Shakier than an earthquake. Like, is this passing? It's super questionable. Speed though, like his foot speed, hands down, he got that. Maybe if he go pro, they might just actually put him at like running back or something instead of having it at QB. Because I mean, like if he can, the way he's passing in college is shaky. Imagine the pros. The guy's way faster.
Oh yeah, athletic ability's way
stronger.
Yeah, way leveled up.
Scouting reports gonna be way better. Yeah, I see running back in his future.
I definitely can see it too. So speaking of this playoff picture, and where we're at with football, how's the start of the basketball season? How you feeling about the start of the NBA season? And what do you think the rest of the season is going to go for them? Because football's kind of shaping out. We're just kind of seeing the best of the best, and you know what is happening with the teams like the Giants and all that. So now that we see that, let's turn to NBA. Where are you at? What do you think? Who do you think is going to be? The Mavs are looking good. Celtics looking good. Nuggets looking good. Lakers looking good.
Talk of the league is Wembanyama.
I was going to get to that next.
Every expectation.
Wemby, bro. He's
but
7 foot and he can dribble, drive, and shoot.
The thing about it, it's like, I mean, I expected to happen. Like, you feel me? Like the dude's 7'4", bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like his favorite player is KD, so he's
pretty
much all his life he's been training. You know what I'm saying? He's learned how to shoot threes, learned how to put the ball on the floor. You feel me? He's super long. They say he from his foot was at the 3-point line. He reached for a steal. His foot was at the 3-point line. His fingers was like over the free throw line, and he peeled the guy for a steal. Then got the ball in transition and dunked it. I mean, he's a monster, a real life monster.
He really is.
Besides him, everybody's talking about how James Harden's going to the Clips. And I think they lost last night, though.
Yeah, he played. He played last night. He got 17 points. So he had an okay Clippers debut. Yeah. James Harden, to me, that is a story that is only going to be a story for a short amount of time because something's gonna happen with the Clippers. They just seem to do the same thing every single year. So injury happens for them a lot, unfortunately. Yeah. So I think if they can't stay healthy, James Harden's going to be the story. Can he get them to the playoffs? Yada yada. But we just got to see what the Clippers do before then. Like this talk right now, halfway through the season, what's going to be a whole other conversation, man.
I'm gonna say this about James Harden, and this might sound crazy, it might not sound crazy.
Okay.
But he made a quote saying like, "I'm not a system player. I am the system." And I was just like, I was thinking to myself, like, bro, to be honest, like, I think he's better. I think he's at his best as being a 6-man. I think he's at his best just being a 6-man. Like the same way he came in with OKC, I think that he's the best. He's at his best when he's there. Because everybody always talks about his effort on defense. When he played with OKC, he didn't have to. His main role wasn't to play be a defensive lockdown player.
No, it wasn't.
He just came off the bench and he feel me.
But you think
relit the spark? You know what I'm saying? Shoot some threes, get some assists in there. But
do you think he would? Do you think you'd be okay with a 6-man role?
Now, no, because he looks at himself as a straight up superstar. But I don't think. he's a star, but he's like a star, like a Jamal Crawford type star. That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's at his best coming off the bench.
I think his scoring ability is better than Jamal Crawford's. You think that Jamal Crawford can score more smoothly than James Harden? You think if you were to?
Yes. Hell yes.
I don't.
James Harden, well, he was getting to the free throw line a lot.
James Harden puts.
But that's when he was.
James Harden puts so many.
He got a lot of his points
so
from
many
free throws, though.
He does, for sure. But so many. James Harden closes a defense way faster than most anybody in the league, just because of how he can shoot. Like Curry can probably go further. Dame Lillard. LeBron brings out attention.
Yeah.
but I would say James Harden brings more attention than even a Devin Booker. As much as Devin Booker can score the points, people wait for him to score. James Harden creates that offense so fast on his own, and he's a good assist man. He does a lot of things that other players don't do. So even though he may be...
I can give that to him because of his size.
His size, yeah. His size, his distribution on, like, how his size based on how soft he is with the ball. So, like, those combinations... He's crafty, right? And Jamal Crawford, though a great dribbler and a solid, he's crafty. He is, but he isn't. His shooting percentage and his scoring ability isn't nearly where James Harden is.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna pick between those two, I'm probably gonna pick James Harden to be an anchor over Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford is
like coming off the bench at 6-man.
A 6-man. Well, Jamal Crawford is going to be a 6-man before James Harden.
Yeah, that was pretty much like he's been playing that role.
Yeah, he has. But James Harden, like he said, he is the system. He is the system because
I don't think so.
Well, let me hear me out. Yeah. He is the system because he is, one-on-one basketball. He's man on man. If you're going to try to double team him, he's going to throw the ball to your next best shooter or whoever's available, and they're going to score. So he brings that. Defense. He collapses it, and that is a way to build a system. Problem with his system is he needs another person with him when it collapse that they can also score the basketball similar to him. So then he can use his anchor. Give it to someone else. He's never had a really great number two.
See, when I think about
like a number two shooter, not Embiid. Embiid is a center. So I'm talking a number two, whether it's a forward or a shooting guard, whatever. Someone else needs to sit side by side with him. Yeah, he was back with James. He was back with Russell Westbrook and KD and stuff back in the day, but he hadn't flourished just yet. Then he went to Houston. He flourished.
He played the same exact way.
He did, but he didn't.
He just came off the bench.
Yeah, right. But he didn't have. He played the same way, but he hadn't really been put in that level of superstar yet.
Yeah, when I think like a system play, I'm thinking about like you can actually build a straight up solid team around this guy. It's not like with James. It's not. Nah, not James Harden. I'm thinking people like Chris Paul. I'm thinking guys like Chris Paul, Steph, of course. You see how the Warriors, and of course because they got Steve Kerr as the coach. You know what I'm saying? He played with Jordan. He knows what. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to build a team around the system player. You feel me? That's why we get to see what Stephen Curry's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stephen Curry though.
I think with James Harden, it was experimental, but I don't look at it like he's a system player. Nah. I feel like you can have a guy be a system player and you can put James Harden with him and then they can flourish. I can see that.
So when I think of system, I'm right with you with that. I am definitely with you with that because I do agree that he isn't necessarily a system player even despite him saying he is. I don't think he's this when I say system, and I'm not sure what he means when he says system.
I think
per
that's
se.
what he meant. Like you can build a team around me.
I think he could be your number one, but you have to have a number two like a Jaylen Brown. You have to have a number two, because that's so. If you put Harden and Jason Tatum together, it probably wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work.
But if you put Harden with Jaylen Brown with him, I think it would, because Jaylen Brown doesn't need all the shots. Jaylen Brown maximizes his time. Jason Tatum needs all the shots. Jason Tatum needs that, Kobe Bryant treatment where he's getting all the shots.
Yeah, he's a shooting guard.
He's a shooting guard, right? So James Harden gets down the court, brings the defense up, and then to Jaylen Brown, who's going to score the ball more often than not. So,
yeah, I see that.
And I think that system, headed by James Harden, assisted by Jaylen Brown, would be a success.
So you think if he went to the Celtics? If they would,
if you add him with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I think that's a very busy. There's not enough. There's only one ball to go around. There's only one ball to go around. You have to share the basketball. So I think that would pose some issues.
He's
but
a point guard too. They have James Harden pretty much bring the ball up.
They do.
He's playing that combo.
He is a point guard.
Yeah,
he is a point
guard. That's
guard.
what I'm saying. Like to build a team around him, I'm like,
But you have to have a score with him. So when he brings it, and you have to. I mean, you don't have to have like a dominant big man, but you have to have one in the NBA. But like, he doesn't have to have a big man to assist that kind of thing. He just needs a solid shooters. So when the defense collapses, he can pass it, he can assist, and be productive. The center, I think him and the Embiid experiment really showed us that it's not what he needs. But he's also in the latter half of his years, man. He's past his peak. So
Embiid or Harden?
Harden.
Yeah.
He's past his peak. So we're talking about a current Harden, which I don't think he's a system. But I think in his heyday, if they would have put him in the right position, I think he would have been able to lead a system. Not this man on man, dribble drive, 1-on-1, solo basketball shit. That's not his game. That is his game, but
but it's not
efficient. You're not going to win a championship. Did he win one? He did not. So
with Embiid still being with the Sixers, like they need to do what they did to Dwight Howard when he's playing with the Magic. How they had Turkoglu, Petrus, JJ Redick, Nelson, all those guys can shoot threes. They need to do the same thing with Embiid. Put some guys around him that can shoot, because no one can stop him in the post. He's just too dominant. And then when you just like how Harden can get the defense to sink in, let them sink in on Embiid. He's just gonna kick it out to the shooters. They gonna knock him down all day. They do the same thing that the Magic did with Howard to Embiid with Philly. They got the best chance to do it now. They don't have Harden no more.
It's true.
They starting off from a clean slate.
It's true.
It's the best time to do it.
Yeah. It's be interesting. This is gonna be a good NBA season. I'm excited to see what the Bucks do as well with Dame Lillard. I'm excited to see.
How's Wemby doing?
Amazing,
dude. He's doing amazing. He's literally the best player already in the league, and he just started.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
He's like every kid's dream.
He's literally
a creative player.
He is a creative player that you would build on a video game, and that would be who you built.
Right. Yeah, I want to be 7'11", and I want arms that
can shoot, I can dribble,
expand like Space Jam.
Yep.
And when they do the next Space Jams, he gonna be in it. You already know.
Needs to be, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna be a monster.
He needs to be a monster. Yep.
Yep, for sure. You're not even worried about his offense. That's the crazy part. So, how I kind of look at it is,
what do you mean you're not worried? Like you're not worried that he's not going to score?
That's just sugar on. That's cherry on top. You're here for his defense. How tall he is, how hard it is for them to get to the basket with a 7'4" guy standing there, and you're like, bro, how am I even supposed to?
Everyone has.
So I have to kick it off to shoot a 3 every time now.
Right.
So I got to do these floaters, and that's just not efficient. So you just have to account for him when he's on the court, and then if he scores, which he is, then you're like, all right. This is a cheat code. This isn't fair. See, a lot of players like LeBron and, any of the big names that came out as the number 1 overall draft, you always were thinking their scoring would be their first, and the defense would be the cherry on top. In Wemby's case, it's the opposite. His defense he changes the entire look of the court as soon as he steps out.
He blocked the dude shot off the backboard, and he barely even jumped.
Yeah.
He just took his long hands, just scraped it right off the backboard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude was mad. He was like, goaltending. Nah, buddy.
Nah, buddy. Get back down. Get back on defense. Get back on defense, dude. And then when he scores, he's putting up. He's shooting threes. It was his first basket was a 3. His first NBA basket was from the 3-point line.
That's crazy.
And it wasn't no lucky shot like a toilet bowl. You shoot it, it rolls on the rim, and it was all net.
No shit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
He's definitely a created character that.
Andy Brashear is remaining
I saw.
Gov.
Yep.
Gov of Kentucky.
He is.
Push that marijuana through, bro.
Now that Ohio's has made their moves, we're not that far behind. The days of Kentucky being the 10 years behind anymore and feeling so far behind, I think are kind of really shifting with some things, which is, I'm not sure if it has something to do with progression in society or the internet or whatever, but we're not moving as fast, but I can see the shift in recreation is a huge, that's That's a monumental shift that Ohio's allowing that. That means Kentucky's going to probably feel the pressure.
Be
and they're going to see the money that Ohio brings in.
Yeah.
Sports betting's in Kentucky now. Who would have ever thought you could bet in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Who would have ever even thought that was an idea? Like, that you would be able to bet in Kentucky?
Well, can't you can do it for horses, can't you? With the
sports betting for horses?
Yeah. Can't you?
Yeah, but the sports bet...
For some reason, like betting on horses isn't illegal. In Chicago, they've got OTBs, off-track betting, where you don't even have to be at Churchill. You can just go to this OTB, place your bet, and walk on. Like,
but is that really because we're betting on animals? You think it's an animals thing that they're like okay with the betting because it's animals in sports is like
probably
because you
can't, like, the horse isn't gonna
care about the outcome.
Right. It's not gonna flop the game to help the owner.
The horse hasn't got money on the game.
Right.
Like you can't worry about that. Like you can't worry about the horse. That horse definitely put $1,000 on him winning. No, like you can we're still in the world where, you know, Pete Rose is still getting punished. You know what I mean? So
crazy.
That's crazy.
Right. So, I mean, last year,
you know what else is crazy?
Calvin Ridley. He had missed the whole season last year. The NFL went down. So.
What's going on with Votto?
Votto.
My bad, man. I didn't mean to say your name.
Yeah. Votto. He is not getting. He's not getting that. That option picked up. No, it's done.
You can, dude. His posts are kind of sad too, man. It's like he's like just going through all the moments of, like, you know, coming from Canada, being 18 years old, and getting fucking sent to the States, and then joining the Reds, and it's got the pictures of him and Jay Bruce and all these other old photos that he's like took through the years, man.
You know, I think it would have been different if he would have had like a farewell tour kind of vibe, but there wasn't a farewell tour. I was kind of hoping that the Reds would make the playoffs, and then they didn't, and then the season ended. Yeah, that's kind of where
he was like half in, like his foot was half in, half out this season, right? Because of injuries. But yeah, I'm with you, man. They should have definitely given him like a send off, like, you know what I mean? Something at least. I don't know.
I agree.
The Reds do stuff a little bit different than the Bengals and all the other sports teams.
Yeah, for sure. I just feel that Votto has really put a lot of life equity into the city, and he deserves
all of it, bro.
Yeah, he deserves some.
He deserves a little bit more than a cut off of any money, and then now you're just an afterthought. We're going to move it to younger because you weren't contributing or unable to contribute to, like, as younger athletes, which obvious. A younger athlete is obviously going to do better. Like, I mean, you can't really, like, you know what I mean? Like, we know that younger athlete. So, like, if that's your reasoning, why don't you give him that as a short contract? Let him have a farewell next year. Do something like that. Give him the goodbye.
Man, I tell you what, bro, bring him on as a hitting coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bring him on and, like, let him mold these. The team is so young, right? And you can tell that, like, all these kids, that they all looked up to Joey, right? You know, as you can see the camaraderie when they're playing the games. All these new kids, man, they need somebody to look up to that's been in the league 17 years, that knows right from wrong and left from right, and knows how to walk in between the raindrops.
Yeah.
You know, and especially being on the Reds team, man, you got to learn how to walk in between those raindrops.
Yeah. I mean, the Reds are. I mean, we've been let down by them or whatever, but, like, they're still America's first baseball team.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it. We may be let down with how they do each year. We don't love how ownership handles it. And when players start to get hot and they get the highest of value, they're like, well, rather than win, we'd rather make money.
Yeah.
And we'd rather send you off and collect those dollar bills. But we're getting prospects. Cincinnati, be patient. Be patient, guys. You know what I mean? Like, that's really kind of
She is still here, right?
What?
Jonathan India, I mean.
India? Yeah.
Because they were talking about trading him, like, halfway through the season.
That may happen. But that's what they do. They when the value's high, they move on him, and it's like, you know, it turned Aroldis Chapman into a rental for many teams. The Yankees rented him, the Cubs took him. They all got stuff out of him.
They need to understand that this isn't a farm league. This isn't a farm team.
You're professional baseball players that people
they've already made it, bro. Like,
yes, and they get attached to the city. They get to know the fans. The fans get to know them, and all of a sudden they're gone.
Yeah.
They're like, why did I even buy his jersey?
Right.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. But I digress. I could go off on the sports ownership in this city is FC Cincinnati is doing well.
Yeah.
Let's give it to them. Let's give some
Right.
props where they're due because FC. I'm not the world's biggest soccer fan because I didn't grow up playing it, and that's one of those sports that most of the time your big fans are people who played it when they were younger, and that's just part of the culture. But like, I've mad respect for what FC Cincinnati's doing, and like they got the best record in the MLS. Like they've got the best player. Like
Oh, snap! I didn't know that.
yeah, man, like they're great. So definitely give props, and the stadium is as high quality as it gets, and it's industry like beyond industry standard. So, dude, shout out to FC Cincinnati, and I'm excited to see what they do, going forward because there's nowhere to go but up with them. Honestly, like they came out of like nowhere, and then they got good fast, and here we are.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, now the games are like sold out every time. I see people's like.
I think a lot of that has to do with the fan built into it, man. The fan base, like being at those Bengals games, bro. Like when you hear that Who Dey chant, it is so loud and so like. There's no way as an NFL player you're not gonna get motivated off of 65,000 people all chanting Who Dey, right? You know what I mean? Like there's.
Yeah.
There's a video that Chad Johnson talks about, like in the beginning of on all the NFL games, at least here in the Red Bengals Stadium, where he says like, "Hey, as fans, we need you loud, and we need you like
loud and proud."
Loud and proud. He's like, because as players, we feed off that, and we can feel that energy. You know what I mean? So, and honestly, bro, like this year alone, the chants in the stadium they give you goosebumps because it's like, wow, like there's 65,000 people here all rooting for these kids on the field, bro. Like,
yeah. Is it like when they're chanting? Do you feel like the rumblings and like the the energy's crazy, right?
It's nuts, bro. It really is nuts, especially like. This year, after going 0-3 and now we're back in it, like, the Jumbotron will ask you to get loud, and these motherfuckers get loud.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's something to be said about having a little bit of hope in your team.
Yeah.
When there's no hope, or you feel like there's no hope, like, you could be behind them and you can wear the merch, but if you're screaming your lungs out, what is the chance that third down conversion is going to go through if you're bad?
Right.
Probably not.
Right.
You're probably expecting a punt this time.
Yeah.
But you're screaming for it, and you don't. But you're not. You're going to get a punt, and we're going to punt it away, and then the offense of the other team's go down and throw a 40-yard touchdown pass.
Right.
And you're going to see the score go up, and you're going to still have to chant for another hour. You know what I mean? That's rough. That's rough.
That defense definitely knows.
Our team is not like that.
Hear...
But I'm just saying, like, that's why it makes such a difference.
Oh yeah.
Because, like. If you know there's hope and you know your team always has a chance, then those screams and those yells mean something to the people doing them. You know what I mean? Like, so the energy. Energy
on defense. You remember like on the old Maddens and NCAA's, like the crowd control. Like you could hit stick somebody and they fumble, and they could just come straight off like the crowd. Just the players just turned up. Just from the crowd being lit.
Boost of adrenaline.
Yeah. And get you going.
Hit stick though. You can really make someone knock them out on that one. Imagine
like hit stick nobody no more now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, dude, the hit stick. I haven't heard
ejection.
All right, man. You got anything else to talk about? Anything else you want to get off?
It's a scary
out there into the world.
Scary movie coming out on the 17th called Thanksgiving, and I think it's gonna be sweet.
Bro, let me tell you how genius that is. Okay. Because every year, everybody fights for the 2 weeks in October to put out their Halloween movies. You got scary movies, and it's only October 15th to October 31st that you get the scary movies. After that, it's holiday movies, right? Mm-hmm. So what these smart motherfuckers did was said, I'm going to make a scary movie about Thanksgiving, right? Drop it 2 weeks after Halloween, so they don't have to fight anybody in the box office for a scary movie.
Okay.
Not only that, they're tying it into Thanksgiving, so it's not irrelevant. It's not, they put out a Halloween movie too late. No, that's 2 weeks before Thanksgiving is, 2 weeks after Halloween is, and they are fighting nobody at the box office for the scary movie scene.
Pretty genius.
It's genius, bro.
This gonna be lit. It's rated R. I know
it looks great.
I was a little disappointed at Five Finger.
Oh yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
So it wasn't as good as is it like the trailer looked fire.
Way scary, but I thought it was gonna be way scary. But then I realized I didn't even know it was rated PG-13.
Oh shit!
So then
I didn't either.
It made sense.
Okay.
But like,
and that had our local homie in it, Josh Hutcherson, the main actor, the kid. Yeah, he's from Union, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, he went to the same high school we did.
Yeah.
That's wild.
My brother, they went at it one time.
Nice.
Because they were playing backyard football, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were younger. Chad, they're like the same age, so we're pretty close to the same age, and they were playing backyard football. My brother he's scrappy, likes to fight, and Josh is just when we were younger, like being like an actor like that, he got a lot of attention and stuff, and I'm sure his some cockiness came out, some overconfidence, and when another kid may see you being act a certain way, and so Chad being that way, they scrapped out and fought and stuff, but my mom and his mom were like in weddings with each other and stuff.
Oh, nice.
So our families are pretty connected with them, but yeah. That dude has really done some pretty awesome things in the movie industry. So, huge shout out to Josh.
He's got 2 movies coming out. It was that one, and he's got another one back to back, bro. So he's staying busy in the scene.
Staying busy, man.
Well, I also think it's like a little conspiracy going on with Chuck E. Cheese too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it seemed like after that movie dropped, I've been seeing a whole bunch of videos on TikTok talking about how Chuck E. Cheese is they gonna I guess they're getting rid of all those machines.
That's dumb.
And they have to break them on camera. Need camera footage of them breaking it or something like that. I don't know. I went down the rabbit hole.
So I've got a good friend of mine, man, Ashley Ring. She's made songs with Lil Wayne and she used to be signed to Cash Money back in early 2000s, I think.
Yeah.
Whoa. The band Whoa, we did the merch for them that one time.
Okay, yeah.
So they did a music video where they got to go actually do a whole music video with Showbiz. So Showbiz was the competitor to Chuck E. Cheese, and it had all the automated characters that are playing the songs and shit.
Yeah.
So the whole music video is them on stage with Showbiz. Playing their song Saturday night, bro. It's a great song. I'll play it as soon as we get off here.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, she actually hit me up. As soon as we get these private eye shirts done, man. She wants to run some clothes, so we're gonna have to get on that for sure. Ashley Ring, shout out, girl. Love you.
Shout out. Yeah, and also shout out to the Private Eye. They've done a lot recently. Jack's out there doing the promo game like a machine. He's out there just killing the game, man. Everything I see on his Instagram is just hyper focused on it, and he's making personalized videos, telling people where to be, where it's going to happen. They revealed the poster, they revealed the merch.
Yep.
So now we're on the map, which is pretty awesome to see things happen from start to finish, and it's pretty incredible.
They've got the poster release going this Saturday in LA, and Chip the Ripper is going to be performing.
Yeah.
There's a couple other people that are going to be performing out there, so we got to make sure that we get these clothes out to them before Saturday.
Soon.
I'm here for it, bro.
Let's get it.
Pressure Bills Diamonds.
Yes,
Let's roll.
It does. I want to go to the red carpet when that comes. I want to be there. I think it'd be so dope to be a part of the red carpet.
I guarantee you, he can get you in.
We have to go to LA though. But let's go.
I guarantee you, he can get you in. You just got to find a way to get to LA, bro.
Well, I mean, I have a family connected to Delta. I might be able to.
Oh shit! All right, I was gonna say let's have Tyrell drive.
I'll say, well, my mother retired from Delta, so we might have opportunity to get a inexpensive flight and maybe make it happen.
Yeah, bro.
It's possible.
I'm here for it. Let me fire.
Yeah, she might be able to make that happen. So, Jack, we're trying to see how this red carpet goes down, dude.
Bro, you know what you know what we need to do?
Get our best fits going. You know what?
I need to. I don't think Jack's watching, but we should make him a suit coat with that poster on the back or on the inside of it.
Oh yeah,
fire,
dude, yeah. Fire. Like, oh,
put the poster on the inside of the silk on the inside of the jacket.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
Yeah, and like have like the title and his title, right, and then like dude, you could do, dude, the director, man, the coat.
Just on the back, just in graffiti, I'm the director of this motherfucker.
Like
and on the inside of the jacket is a poster.
Yeah, and he promoting clothes like just as much as anything
Pepe
else.
Raimundo, let's go.
Hey, shout out. Yeah, he's
lace us up. We'll look good in your stuff.
Hey, you know, he even showed off the ring. He had a ring on in one of his posts. I saw that too.
Yeah, that's from his boy PowWow, I think.
Pretty cool.
I can't remember the guys, the jewelry company. I apologize, bro.
But I saw it.
I think it's PowWow.
I saw it. I'm peeping. I'm watching what he's doing. He was kind enough to share our post, and it was pretty dope to see what he's doing. So, and also like they got the podcast. They're starting to like I see him posting about that podcast more as well. The entrepreneur one.
Yeah. I hooked those guys up. I contacted Mark and I was like, bro, you need to go ahead and take 2 hours out of your time to listen to what Jack's got to say.
Super cool.
Yeah,
I was really impressed. So that was pretty cool. They're doing it all right. All the right moves. They're making them. So
it's a bow and arrow, man.
It is.
You know, it's all that hard work, and you just gotta be able to hold that position until you're ready to fire.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Private Eye 2024. Let's get it.
Yeah, bro. Matt Rife's new movie. Let's go. I'm here for it.
I am. I'm excited to see what happens. I just want to see, like, you know, Denzel like on camera and like now like I've watched the other stuff that he's in, but you know I got a new appreciation for his journey because
especially when you meet somebody and they're as humble and as cool as he was.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Somebody that's just like it's just a homie. You know what I mean? Just happens to be famous.
Yes, happens to be famous and happened to get the biggest opportunities, and he's made the most of them. So
100%.
So shout out to you as well, Mr. Denzel Whitaker.
All right, man.
But yeah,
this is gonna wrap up another episode of the PowWow. Yeah, man. I do want to congratulate you, bro, because I've just within the past 2 months, I can see that you're starting to form this persona, right? And for people that don't know, Yam's going to school at the Ohio Center for Broadcasting. Yeah. So he's learning a lot about video editing, about audio content, like basically like everything you need to do this here. And I can see how much fun you're having doing it. Yeah. And I can see when you come in there's a you're not low on gas, right? You know what I mean? It's not It's not like you're pulling into the levee and you're on fumes, bro. Like the tank is full and your car is running great. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm seeing right now. And I can't wait to see where you're going to be at in 5 years, bro, because you start peeling away the layers. Yeah. You start to really find the person that you are, and I can see that you're starting to catch your tires, bro. Where you're not just spinning them wheels anymore. It's like there's purpose behind it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Every day felt like an adventure.
Yeah, man. You know, and it's not just school when you're learning stuff you love. It's like, man, I'm here for it. Like let's give me all the knowledge. Let me download it all so I can take it and put it into my own repertoire, right? Like
growing up, like I ain't gonna lie, like being at the school, it's kind of like it's like I had thoughts like, dang man, like when I got out of high school, like I should have like came here when I first got out of high school, but I was just the only thing I knew for real was playing basketball. You
wouldn't have been ready, bro. You wouldn't have been ready.
I guess
you wouldn't have looked at it the way that you look at it today, for sure.
Yeah,
because I did that. I did Ohio Center for Broadcasting. I didn't end up going there. I went to NKU for it, but I went there too early. I went there out of high school. Actually, after high school, I went to NKU and I got my Microsoft certifications for computers and shit like that.
Okay.
And then I went back for radio and television. And the only reason why I took it was because I got a job at Kiss 107 and they were like, double down on it, go for it.
Okay.
And so I started to do the college thing, but I wasn't ready for it, bro. I was still in that party mode, right? Like I was like I wanted to be the promotions guy for Kiss because I thought that was cool. Not learning the back end for the knowledge, right? So like if I would have gone to school for that 5 years ago, I would have been all in like you are, bro. You know what I mean? So I think everything happens for a reason. I think, you know, you didn't waste your time back then because you were still trying to find where you are, and now you know, like, this is where I want to be, and you've got your blinders on, and that teacher is helping you get to that finish line, bro. And it's showing, like, very easily it's showing. So as an outside perspective, bro, I just want to let you know that, like, I see that, and I appreciate you for it. Did you get that on camera? Me spilling wine all over my fucking brand new shit?
But I appreciate everyone that's tuning in now. We just got a spike in viewers.
Right?
Yeah, so that's welcome to the podcast, even though...
This is what my shirt looks like when my eye waters anyways.
Oh, man.
Kind of fire, though.
Kind of fire?
Think I might have ruined this tan shirt.
Maybe, but maybe you should just tie-dye it put all black tie-dye on it or something.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'll just cut that part out.
Cut it out, make it into a crop top.
No, just that one part. Start a new style,
just
dude.
like just the core, like the portion.
Bro, you know what is crazy. Before we end this podcast, me and Greg Hamilton, Greg Hudson.
Yeah.
When we both worked for the radio station, him and I were starting. We tried to start a new trend, where we were taking button-down shirts.
Yeah.
Swear to God, one half was ironed, one half was unironed.
Okay.
So
it looked
so your buttons, right? Like the buttons are on this side, and then this one goes over and then laps over.
Uh-huh.
So iron this side with the buttons, leave this side unironed, tuck this side in, leave this side out. That's what Greg and I were on when we were like 20 years old.
So what was the unironed? What was the benefit of the unironed?
We were just trying to start a trend. It was like,
see if you could start a trend.
So it was a I want to be business, but I also want to be party, right? So half the shirt was sewn or ironed and tucked in, and the other half was just loose and kicking it.
I see. So
didn't work.
We had a long night, and we got half ready.
Yeah. Yeah, I only slept on my left side. I'm ready to party.
Right. I wore this to bed on the left side.
It didn't catch on.
No, that's
in time, bro. In time.
Yeah,
it'll happen.
Swing and a miss sometimes.
Right.
That's right.
All right, everybody. Well, this is going to wrap up another episode of the PowWow. I appreciate you guys for always tuning in. For everybody that bought one of the section hoodies or T-shirts, thank you guys so much. Until next week, this is going to be another episode of the PowWow. Liquefied, Duffified, Liquid Death, and bro, One Heart Medical. I gotta talk to Dr. Weeks after tonight.
Yeah,
like what's going on now? Is
time to have him back on the podcast? It sounds like.
Yeah.
I
mean, so what happens with his business if it goes recreational? Does he not have to?
That's a question we're going to have to ask him.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Appreciate y'all.
You guys are going to hear from Dr. Weeks here soon for sure. We're going to get him back on the podcast, but
yeah, we'll make it happen.
Alrighty. All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll be here next Tuesday. If you guys want to be a part of it, if you guys want to join in, or if you want to come down here and shop, we're at Newport on the Levee.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Tune in next time. Later. Bye.
We're out of here.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out. He out. He out with the glasses.
Hey.